Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Today we are here to discuss about NATA, National Aptitude Test in Architecture. So they have released their brochure in which they have explained each and everything, what will be the paper pattern, what will be the eligibility. I am Prerna Nahar, design mentor at Bhavarathor Design Studio. I'll be explaining you everything about the NATA structure. To explain the paper pattern, we have with us Ms. Khushbu Patel. She has done her bachelor from CEPT University and master's from Polytechnic Milan. So she will be here to explain about the paper pattern. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
So to discuss more, we have made a presentation. So NATA 2025, starting with NATA has been conducted by the Council of Architecture since 2006. NATA focuses on measuring the candidate's aptitude for the study of architecture. It accesses candidates through various testing formats, including cognitive skills, visual perception, aesthetic sensitivity ideas, logical reasoning, and critical thinking abilities. Eligibility criteria, again, very important. 10+1, the 11th grade student can also give NATA exam with physics and chemistry as compulsory subject. 12th grade student, 10+2 with physics and chemistry, physics and maths as compulsory subject, or 10+3 diploma examination with mathematics as compulsory subject. These all category are eligible to give NATA exam. Today onwards, forms are available on their website, that is www.nata.in. Exam dates will be starting from 1st March to June 2025. The result, after 10 days of the exam, you will get the result on their official website. Important note. Now, this is very important. See, no candidate shall be admitted to architecture course unless she has passed 10+2 or equivalent examination with physics and maths as compulsory subject, along with chemistry or bio or technical vocational subject or computer science or information chemistry or biology or technical vocational subject or computer science or IT or informatics practices or engineering graphics or business studies with at least technology or informatics practice or engineering graphics or business study with at least 45% marks in aggregate. So now physics and mathematics, apart from physics and mathematics, you can choose any one subject more to be eligible to give NATA exam. 10+3 diploma examination with mathematics as compulsory subject with at least 45% marks in aggregate subject. Date and time for examination. So NATA 2025 examination is commencing from 1st of March 2025. Test will be conducted on Fridays as well as on Saturdays. So Friday, they have only one shift, that is afternoon, 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. So it will be a total 3-hour exam. Saturday, there are 2 sessions. One is the morning and one is the noon session. So morning timing is 10 to 1 p.m. Afternoon time is 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. Again, it will be a 3-hour paper. So candidate can register themselves for 1 test or maximum of 3 tests in 1 academic year by filling in the application form appropriately. For more information, you can visit NATA portal to fill the online registration form on www.nata.in. Number of attempts and score validity. Very important. This time in brief, they have explained this because last year was the first year when 11th grade students were allowed to give the entrance exam. So if you have given exam in 2024 and planning to give in 2025 as well, if you have given first attempt only, then best of both the scores will be considered. If you are giving first attempt as well as second attempt in 2025, then best of 2024 and 2025 will be taken into consideration. So in 2024, if you have given all the 3 attempts and in 2025, you are giving 2 attempts, then best of all the 3 attempts of 2024 and best of 2 attempts of 2025. And then the best score will be taken into consideration. But if you have given all the 3 attempts in 2024, and now you are planning to give all the 3 attempts of 2025, then automatically your 2024 score will be rendered invalid. So after giving 2 attempts, please focus that you want to give third attempt or not. If you are giving 2025 third attempt, all the 3 attempts, then 2024 score will be rendered invalid. Application fees. So application fees, it was earlier, it was very different for male and female, but this year it is same for everyone. So if single test, if you are giving for general category, it is 1,750. For SC, ST, EWS, PWD category, it's 1,250. For transgender, it is 1,000. And for outside India, it's 15,000. If you are giving 2 attempts, it will be double. If you are giving 3 attempts, it will be 3 times of the actual fees. Exam pattern. So exam is divided into 2 parts. Part A is a drawing and composition test, which is a 80-mark paper, in which there will be 3 parts, A1, A2, A3. So A1 will be all about composition and color. A2 will be sketching and composition, black and white. A3 is 3D composition, basically a 3D model making. Part B is MCQ and NCQ. So 120 marks it carries. 42 questions will be there for MCQ part, and NSCQ will be having 8 questions. Qualifying criteria. For part A, it is 20 marks, and for part B, it is 30 marks. So overall qualifying marks for NATA 2025 shall be 70 marks out of 200. So paper is of 200 marks. So 200 out of 70 is the minimum passing marks as aggregate of part A and part B. So now Khushbu ma'am will be briefing you about the exam questions. Over to you, Khushbu ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's look into the paper pattern structure in more detail. As ma'am has explained, there are going to be 2 parts to the NATA examination, part A and B. Part 1 looks into the drawing and composition test, where they want to check your composition, color sense, sketching quality, and 3D model making skills. The total duration given for part A is going to be 90 minutes, which will have 3 questions, A1, A2, A3. Each will contain 25, 25, and 30 marks in total, which makes a total of 80 marks. We will look into each category of these questions and what all can be asked based on them in detail later. Let's look into the part B specifications. This has MCQ and NCQ question. We are all aware about MCQ, which is multiple choice question, where question is asked along with 4 options of it, and you have to choose the right option out of that. NCQ, the terminology basically talks about no choice questions, where they will be providing you the question, but no options there. Your job will be to figure out answer on your own and just inform your answer there directly. There will not be any options given for that. This particular section also contains 90 minutes of time and total of part B1 and B2, where B1 is MCQ section, having 42 questions there, and B2 is going to be NCQ question, that is 8 questions there, which makes a total of 50 questions and 120 marks. Part A and Part B, 120 marks and 80 marks makes it 200 in total. NATA paper is going to have 200 of total marks there. Part A is going to be primarily about drawing and composition test, which you will be giving first. Like other exams, it's not a complete duration exam where you have total hour of your final exam part and you can manage it. Which part you want to do first, which part you want to do second, how you want to manage your time. Here, they have very specifically given us information that part A will finish in 90 minutes and then you would have 90 minutes more for part B. And that too, very specifically, they have mentioned that 108 seconds is what you are going to get for each part B question. It can happen that you have question on your screen and the clock starts with 108 seconds. As the time finishes, question can disappear and you might not have chance to go back to this question whenever you want. So now it's going to be per question, short deadline also of 108 seconds each. So you have to keep in mind the idea that now the question and your attention has to run parallel. There are no option that you will be attending some of the difficult question at the end or you will think over it and then come down to the answer. That might not be a scenario with this particular paper pattern. It is also mentioned in the specifications here that the part A, which is drawing and composition test, all three questions is going to have total of 90 minutes. You can divide based on the marks or based on your skill level that how many minutes you wish to give for A1, for A2, for A3 questions. A1 question is going to be about composition and color. This says, creating suitable composition for various situations and coloring them appropriately. Rearranging various shapes in visually appealing manner and coloring it suitably. Two keywords we read again and again here, which is two-dimensional or shape-based composition. And second thing they are talking about here is color understanding. Questions like simple 2D composition, where they can give you some shapes, they can give you maybe a guideline of using certain maybe design principle or a keyword according to which you might have to locate your composition. Color theory understanding can also be tested where they can give you a particular terminology. Say, for example, color this using split complementary color palette. So we need to have this understanding of color terminologies as well. Composition in two-dimensional format and adding suitable color is what they are looking forward to from this particular question. Now, composition can have other kind of chapters touching upon, like say, like logo design. It's also about two-dimensional composition, maybe using different kind of elements. They can maybe provide an introduction to a particular brand and ask you to design, maybe ask you to take up some typology of shapes, arrange them and design them. Or questions where they can test your signage or let's say pictorial representation knowledge, because this is all about having elements and composing them in a way that they look visually interesting. Composition is a great important skill for design field, and that's the key skill set that they want to check through this particular section. Please practice a little bit more of coloring. The way you color, the kind of finishing that it has, everything will be calculated for final marking there. Moving to the second one, which is about sketching and composition, very specifically said black and white, which means they are not looking forward to any colors here. It could be simple pencil rendering. It could be just doing a line work and leaving the question like that. Again, based on the question specifications. It says ability to draw, visualize, depict a situation involving buildings, its components, people, environment, products with an understanding of scale, proportions, textures, shades, and shadows. This one is primarily looking into composition, but more with the idea of relative scale. They can give you maybe set of products. Let's say take 6 or 7 kitchen utensils or stationery items or any sports equipments and compose them in an interesting visual way. Make a sketch and add maybe simple pencil rendering to it. Or questions where elements like humans, buildings, other components of building could be walls, ceiling, windows. So more of a basic perspective frames can also be asked where they will judge that how are you putting multiple of these things together in correct relative proportioning systems. How are you adding some textures of a particular material? Maybe position of light and shadow situation into it also. Question typologies like these can be covered up in sketching and composition. And as said, your job will be to stick to only black and white medium and compose them, draw them in a way that they fit with each other together and make a visually interesting frame out there. Third question is about 3D composition. Here, by 3D composition, what we mean is actually making a three-dimensional composition using the given kit here. In this kit, they generally provide a base, geometrical forms, and ask you to arrange them in interesting manner that can be making a stable composition, could be about symmetrical, asymmetrical, balanced. They can provide you a keyword around which you use your creativity and make its complete representation out there. In this scenario, the principles of 3D composition is something that you will have to try and explain. The better composition you make, the better understanding that you show there, the better marks you will gain out of it. As it mentions, the kit will be provided to you. You do not have to carry anything on your own for this. Then comes to the second part of the examination, which is part B. This is going to be again 90 minutes of the test, having 120 marks in total. MCQ questions, as explained, there will be 42 of them and you will be given suitable options. You have to choose and tick the right one as you feel. Please keep in mind the 108 seconds of clock because every question has to be submitted within the given timeline. If you miss to put your answer and if the timeline gets over, it might go as not attempted. So be careful, keep an eye on that and try to attempt it accordingly. Looking into NCQ questions, this is going to be 8 in number. This particular typology of questions can have math-based problems where the answers could be simple, numeric, or it can be a question where you have one word or maybe one or two keyword-based answer to that because this is going to be a computer checking system. So long sentences-based answers will not be expected. More like a very clear keywords and sometimes the hint of how you have to write answer will also be given in the question. If there is a numeric question and the question ends that how many centimeter this is going to be, and your answer is 10, you might not have to mention 10 centimeters. You can just put 10 as digit. That's the answer. So read the question carefully. What is the exact detail they look forward to? As computers are going to check, there is this different system here. We don't want to lose marks because we did not read what is the exact answer that they are looking forward to. Okay. This particular section is going to look into the basic chapters as it covers earlier: visual reasoning, logical derivation, GK architecture and design, language interpretation, design sensitivity and thinking, and numerical ability. This particular section has remained same from last year, and we've got an idea that what each of these category actually talks about. With visual reasoning, they are looking into 2D, 3D composition understanding, which could be about having the three-dimensional geometrical form, its plans, section, different kind of view, its technical concept, basically. With logical derivation, they are talking about composition, principles, context, and different meanings that we associate with that. Along with that, some basic situation or drawing-based questions can also be asked over there. GK and architectural design, the title itself explains it. All the knowledge which we have talked about for different architects, practices, buildings, iconic, important information on them, their practices, all of that combines for this particular category. Language interpretation is basically about testing your basic English knowledge, maybe through comprehensions and then looking into the answer, some basic answer on verbs, looking into similar words, and looking through a final answer. That gets covered in this particular category. Design sensitivity and thinking, it says ability to observe, record, and analyze people, space, product, environment. Something which makes you think critically, where you have to analyze the given data and look into the final answer. And last one looks into the numerical ability, where mathematic-based concepts can be asked, geometry-based concepts, and with your basic formula knowledge, calculation knowledge, you will have to look into the final answer. This is the overall syllabus category that they have talked about for part B. They both are very properly explained, and with part A and B, you have set of things that is very specifically mentioned over here. It also mentions this detail about part B section that it is going to be computer-based adaptive test. An adaptive test is a little different system here, where based on the answer you provide, your next question is going to be shaped. Okay, for each and every student, this journey could be very different. It might happen that you are attending some question which your friend might not have in the same exam scenario. So that primarily covers up part A and part B. You can go through the information given in the brochure. It has all the primary keywords written here. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It was nice understanding the whole paper pattern. So how do you think like students can prepare for the exam? Because this time exam is different, though last year also it was same, but this time 11th grade, it is more open. People know about that 11th grade student can also give the exam, 12th graders. So how you think like they can prepare for the same?
So this time also with how we read the brochure, they have very specifically mentioned that what kind of chapters they are looking into. the composition knowledge, its principles, the 3D model making. So I think training yourself in the right direction where each of these particular segment you touch upon and have the right kind of a techniques to be able to answer them properly and gain more marks. If they walk on that particular direction properly, none of these question appears to be that difficult here. But getting the right knowledge, the technique to understand and answer it properly is something that they should focus on. And whatever chapter this entire syllabus covers up, having a proper revision and practice, that is something that will definitely get them through this particular exam.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for giving your valuable time. So, yeah.
Most welcome.
So we have live online classes planned for all the students and classroom coaching planned for all the students. So if you are planning to give NATA this year, you can join the crash course as well. If you are planning to give NATA in 2026-27, then we have our classroom coaching and regular live classes also available. In course, what we will be teaching, like BRDS course features, classes by architect, expert faculty from SEPT or from architect background will be there, who will be teaching you 72 hours plus live online, offline classes, drawing test, aptitude test, mathematics preparation, access to online learning portal, learning management system, where we already have some pre-recorded videos. After the class, whenever you want to access, see what was done in the class, you can through that particular software. Printed study material, updated study material will be sent to all the students. If you are doing it in the classroom, you will be getting from the first day of your class. Home assignments, doubt solving sessions, solving original papers, sample papers, and expert guidance and support till the entrance exam. For more information, you can visit our website, that is brdsindia.com. You can call us on 98250 And yes, this is very, very important. 100% fee refund guarantee if student does not qualify NATA exam, which is a big statement by BRDS. Why you should join BRDS? We have highest result producer in India. We started with 2007 till 2024. More than 27,000 students went to their dream colleges, whether it's SEPT University, it is NID, NIFT, IIT. So yeah. 100% true statement that if any institute proves to be better in terms of result, you can claim a cash prize of 1 crore. 100% guarantee you will qualify NATA exam, otherwise we will refund your fees. About director, why this is possible? Because of the director of the institute. He himself is from design background. He has done his graduation from NIFT, MA, PhD also in designing. He has been awarded with various names like Times of India, MyFM. For 5 years, 2021 to 25, he is getting award as Best Design Coaching Institute in India. Interaction with our toppers, we invite our toppers also so that they can interact with the entire students, that how they prepared, what helped them to be in their colleges like SEPT University. Study material is also prepared by the team of SEPT and SPA alumni. Software videos are also prepared by them, which you get access 24/7. We take students for outdoor sketching as well. In 2024, there were more than 752 students who qualified NATA exam. So here is the result. There were more than 609 students for NATA who qualified, who got more than 120 plus marks. When we talk about JEE paper 2, so if you are planning to do a coaching, which in the coaching, there are both the part covered, that is the NATA as well as JEE paper 2. So combined coaching is also available with us. Crash courses for 1 month is also available for the same. So if you are planning to give a coming JEE paper 2 exam, then we have 1 month crash course so that we can prepare you for the whole NATA as well as JEE paper 2 syllabus. Thank you and all the very best.